Hey y'all, it's Sydney Screams, and today's video is a self-motivated review of a toy company that I've definitely worked with before, but honestly I think I've been buying toys from them for longer than I've worked with them. I don't work for them, I work with them occasionally. The last time I worked with them was last year when Paladin Pleasure Sculptors launched the dildo that I designed, Celia. So if you want to check out the dildo that yours truly designed, it's available through Paladin Pleasure Sculptors. But today I'm talking about a dildo that I purchased from them, Titan. Titan. I have had my eyes on this model for a hot minute because, oh my god, I literally just washed this and there's hair on it. I've had my eye on this model for a while because of a few little key factors. One, it's got a nice, delicious coronal ridge there. Two, it's uncut, and I love uncircumcised dildos. But three is it has a texture that I historically have not enjoyed. And so I wanted to get a softer material with the same texture, a bumpy texture, that hopefully would work for me, right? And Titan has a bumpy texture. It's uncut. It has a nice coronal ridge. It's all of the things added up together in one. And I will admit that this Titan is not the one for me, but I will repurchase this just a little firmer than what this is. But before I get into why that is and all of those things, let's talk about the basics of Titan. Titan is a semi-realistic dildo. It's uncircumcised. It does not have movable foreskin. I'm very sorry to report. However, it does have a nice uncut design there here at the top, and further down the shaft, hopefully you can see, there is a nice bumpy texture that runs, honestly, most of the shaft, I would say. It's about a third, I would guess. It's like halfway through, but then it's a decent amount of bump, really. There are 5 different sizes available, and like all of the toys made by Paladin Pleasure Sculptors, it's made with platinum pure silicone, which means it's super easy to clean. It can be properly sterilized, not just cleaned, and it's non-porous, or hypoallergenic, and like all of those other good things that we love. I got a size small, but it's available in extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large. Much like most of the toys from Paladin Pleasure Sculptors, it is only available in inventory drops, which happen every other Saturday. Currently, I don't even know what day it is. I know it's a Saturday, but this is their off week, and so next week they will have, it's August 1st or 2nd. Whatever. But it will be next weekend from August 1st. So I don't know when this video will go up, but probably after that drop date. So the best way to follow along and know when their drops are is by looking at their Twitter or looking at their Blue Sky. I perceive that they're more active on Blue Sky, but that's just because I'm not as active on Twitter anymore. Wow, who would have thought? I got a size small in the super soft 00-20 silicone. And it is very, very squishy. Look at all of that squish. There's so much squish going on here. Oh my gosh. Squish, squish, squish. Squishy, floppy goodness for days, right? The size small has a total length of 6.75 inches or 17.15 centimeters. It's an insertable length of 5.7 inches or 14.61 centimeters. It's got a tip circumference of 4.75 inches or 12.01 centimeters. And it's got a maximum circumference somewhere around here of 5.5 inches or 13.97 centimeters. And this is O-ring compatible or strap-on harness compatible. And you'll want to use a 2-inch O-ring or a 5.08 centimeter O-ring. This is super freaking squish. Super, super, super squishy. Oh my god, it's squish. I don't have a lot of toys in my collection that are 00-20, and honestly, there's a reason for it, and that is I like more. 00-20 is a really good softness for people who don't want to have quite as much stimulation from the texture that is available. For me, the bumpy texture on Titan was almost completely diminished by the softness. Like, I didn't really get a lot of stimulation from the bumps, which is why I will repurchase this at a firmer, or with a firmer silicone. I would prefer a 00-50, but they don't always do that. They tend to do a lot of 00-30, a lot of 00-20. I just like them a little bit more firm than that, you know? But I will rebuy this because I love the shape. I want to experience this texture a little bit more. It just wasn't quite enough for me. However, there are a lot of people out there who prefer a very soft, squishy silicone like this. For me, one of the reasons I don't love it is because while thrusting with this, whether it's self-thrusting or someone else thrusting on me, it's so soft that when I orgasm and my muscles just kind of clench down, instead of clenching and holding like this just kind of pops out. And one of the things I love about thrusting is like being thrust into while my muscles are squeezing. It just feels fantastic. Don't ever stop fucking me, you know? Like, I want that continuation. And the softness for me just pushed it right out. It wasn't great, but the shape is. The texture appears to be. The first time I tried a bumpy texture toy, it was a glass toy from Crystal Delights, and very, very, very high, well, not very, very, very high, but high profile texture on a solid glass toy. And glass is very firm in comparison to soft silicone, and so it feels more intense. It feels a little larger in my opinion, but the texture was just so much that, like, I did not use that dildo that much just because it was too intense for me. Primarily I used it for cockworming. I didn't think I liked bumpy texture because of it, and so it's taken me a while to get to a point where I was like, okay, I want to retry this texture that I previously didn't love. I want to revisit it, and that happens sometimes. I do like to revisit textures, especially now that I'm like 38, and who knows how my body has changed, you know? The bumpy texture on this is very low profile. I hope you can properly see it here, but it's like very, very, very low profile. It's not sticking out too much there. And so for me, this was a great way to reintroduce the texture. But I needed a little firmer, just a smudge firmer. I think I might even settle for like a 00-30, which is slightly firmer than this, just so I can have that texture that I want. My primary use with Titan, because of it just popping out whenever I was having it thrust into me or trying to self-thrust, my primary use with Titan was for cockworming. And I gotta say, for cockworming, it's great because the base is wide enough that my thighs can kind of help hold it in place, and so I can like kind of rock my hips back and forth or to side, and there's like a tiny little bit of movement that I experience, and so I really liked it for that. It also made keeping it inserted a lot easier because my thighs were closed, and so like there's nowhere for it to pop out of, right? Like, just can't. It does do that like during sex, or using with a machine or anything like that. I did have Cassie use a strap-on harness to use this on me, to thrust into me, and she wished it had been firmer as well from a strap-on perspective, because for her, she knows how much I like when a toy stays inserted when it is being thrust and I'm like having an orgasm. Like, just feels really good. And for this to pop out, it just wasn't ideal. And it really is the firmness, because I have other toys that are similar length that I've never had pop out like that, but they're also a little bit firmer than this. And I've never had a toy pop out so much unless it is a soft silicone toy. It is what it is. I made a purchase decision and I wished I had waited, but I saw this port and I originally thought it was black as the base color, but it is, I guess, kind of black, but there's more like shimmery blue in it. Shimmery blue glitter, whatever. And so when I got it, it was just very, very beautiful. I did purchase this, I think I wrote down April 11th, and it got here with the UPS Worldwide Express on April 15th, I think it was. So it was a very quick and fast shipping, even shipping from the US to the Netherlands, which Paladin Pleasure Sculptors does ship here to the Netherlands and to other places in Europe, so hey. I got 2 toys from them, and the customs were around 50 euros, which is a little higher than ideal, but I had my eyes set on 2 models from Paladin Pleasure Sculptors, and I needed them, you know? I needed them. And this is one of them. And so, for me, it was worth it, even though ultimately I'm just like, okay, I like Titan as a model, I need a firmer version. So at some point I will probably sell this, and then just repurchase a larger, not a larger size, but a firmness. Paladin Pleasure Sculptors does not do customs. Sometimes they do have customs available for specific models, like their new model Jacob, which is like an Omegaverse werewolf penis. It's a humanoid penis with a knot. That one they're currently accepting customs for. Their Packers they're accepting skin tone colors for. And then last I checked, they had Celia, the model I designed, available for customs as well. They're kind of like surprise customs though, but they do drops every other Saturday, and Titan is a very popular model for them, at least I perceive, and so they do tend to have a lot of Titans available in their drops. It's a beautiful model. I love that it's anal safe. I love that it is harness compatible. I have not tried this anally. It's just a lot girthier than what I am currently able to take anally, but it could be done. It's got a nice big flared base, so you could do it. But yeah, that's Titan. It is a really nice dildo. I do really like the shape. I do really like it. I just need a firmer one. Okay? But that's why so many companies offer multiple firmnesses, is because people have different preferences. And my preference just leans more towards firmer. Not super firm, like I am around a 00-50 is my favorite firmness. So, yeah. Check out Paladin Pleasure Sculptors. Their website is ppsculptors.com. Another reason I love them is just like that little pee-pee sculptors. It's a pee-pee. It's a sculpt. Pee-pee sculptors. Anyway, they do make really wonderful toys. They do have some semi-realistic models like this that are just ever so slightly not realistic. And yeah, I love a good drip. They do these rainbow drips really well. This is the second toy in our collection from them that has like a fun rainbow drip on it. And it's just gorgeous, y'all. It's just gorgeous. But yes, check them out. Again, follow them on Blue Sky or on Twitter, where you can see their upcoming drop previews and everything like that. They do also have a Discord server, which I don't know that I'm allowed to share the link publicly, so I won't. But if you follow them on social media, I think you can probably reach out and be like, hey, can I join your Discord server? And they'll send you the link. But yes, check them out. Their website is ppsculptors.com, and yeah, I'm not affiliated with them. I don't have a coupon code. I got nothing. This I purchased myself because I wanted this specific model. I just got to remember that holding out for a firmness that works for me is a better call than buying based on a pretty pour that I saw that I liked. So it goes. Anyway, Thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, drop me your comments below, let me know what you think of this model from Paladin Pleasure Sculptors, let me know what your favorite model from them is. I did hear, by the way, for anyone who loves Paladin Pleasure Sculptors, that they are going to be relaunching Kit Alpha later, soon, hopefully this year. They weren't sure on the timeline, but Kit Alpha is coming back, which is exciting news. So, check them out, check out Titan, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time for more Sydney Talks Toys. Have a great day, y'all!